Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video I'm going to be giving some college advice, like for incoming freshmen mostly. I know I've gotten a lot of love on my college related videos on my channel because I know it is like college season. When I posted those videos, people were still kind of like deciding on what schools they wanted to attend to, and then all the way until now, and like deciding what dorm materials they want to buy for those who are going to be dorming and like living on campus. Because I know a lot of people are deciding to stay home and like, you know, be online because of like the coronavirus, and personally that's what I'm doing. I am actually an incoming sophomore at the University of Buffalo. My major is physical therapy, and this semester I'm going to be staying at home here, not because I hate my school or anything like that. I just kind of like for safety reasons, and it's also like gonna be helping out my family like a lot financially. So just probably for the semester. I'll end up going next semester, I think, because I think one of my classes like is already like in person and it's a requirement that I have to take this year. So but based off of being at school for what I left in March, like, you know, a couple months, I definitely have gotten like a lot of like not experience, but like I've learned a lot about the college experience, and like my expectations have changed, and just I feel like I've gained a lot of knowledge about like how it all is that I definitely wanted to kind of give off to you guys, because I know like I've been like telling a lot of my friends who are like still going into college now, not to worry, not to be stressed, not to be nervous, and it's okay to be, but like at the end of the day, not everybody's experiences are the same. So like you're gonna make your experience what you want it to be based off of what you take advantage of doing, like the activities that you involve yourself in, and how you are about like talking to people. So it's kind of like some things that I want to get into in my video. I'm gonna try not to like make it like too crazy long, but I do think I have a lot to say. So to start off, if you're stressing about just making a choice on the right school, no matter what you're doing, whether you're commuting to school or you're dorming or whatever it is, you're not stuck there. Like it's not nobody's forcing you to stay at a school for however long. If you don't feel comfortable somewhere, that's fine. You have the option of transferring. And like if you do go to like a SUNY, like a state university of New York, like it's easier to transfer and stuff like that, as well as with CUNYs, like the city universities in New York. Like you get to you have so many options, and like schools are also welcoming, and then like you don't have to worry about like trying to be like, oh, like how am I going to transfer like as a sophomore. Like there are so many people that don't even go to school and are still like so successful and stuff. So I just feel like don't be worried about like making the wrong choice. Sometimes in life the only way that you do learn is by making mistakes, and then you realize like what you really want in a school or just in your life in general, and you make more decisions based off of that. So don't worry if you are still unsure about your school. Give it a shot, don't shut it out, and like do what you can to kind of make yourself feel at home and comfortable there. But if you really truly have tried everything and it's still not the place for you, then like I said, you do have options. There are so many schools in the entire world that you can choose from, so don't be nervous about the one that you're going to. Even though the coronavirus is happening, I know like at least my school is doing like half online, half in person, like hybrid, like a mixture of both. So if you do have classes in person, I know it's a lot different because like coronavirus, but if you do have the opportunity to like talk to people, please do that, because I didn't do that. Like in my class, I wouldn't like look over to the side and like I wouldn't talk to the person next to me, just because like I don't know, I settled with the idea of like being comfortable with the people I knew from my own school. But I feel like you shouldn't do that. You need to branch out and make friends like who are going through the same exact boat as you, like, you know, coming into your school with like not knowing anybody, but like still trying to make friends, because sometimes even just being friendly like makes you already feel more like welcomed and comfortable in the place that you are. So whether that's doing laundry or buying a snack from like the little grocery hall or the dining hall in your building, like say hi to the people that are nearby you, or like try to start conversation, because worst comes to worst, if somebody neglects you and they're just like and they don't really want to talk to you, like you tried, you know what I'm saying? But they're majority of the time you're going to get people who will talk back to you, and then you'll see them more and more often, especially if you live in like a freshman only like dorm maybe, and that's how you make friends. So like I feel like you'd much rather live later on and be like, oh, I tried to like talk to people and like, you know, nobody would say anything, rather than being like, oh, I wish I like tried to talk to people and not knowing what it would have been like. Because those little encounters you do have with people, like having conversations, it does help a lot. And that way you get to like meet new people. And then if later on in life you do like make a little friend group, when you see those people, you're just like, oh hey, like, oh hey, oh hey, and then everybody's like, what, like, how you know so many people? It's just like, oh yeah, my freshman year, like I just talked to everybody, like what I saw, you know. So it's just like, it doesn't hurt to do something like that. And even in class, I don't know if I mentioned that, but in class as well, I know, like I said, it's harder now because I'm sure they're going to be like limiting the space in classrooms, but like if you have the chance to do something like that, to talk to people, definitely do that, because you never know how you might click with somebody. Like a lot of times people don't really like each other and then they become the bestest of friends, so you never ever know. Something else with that though too is that like I know a lot of people, even like adults, look back at college, they're just like, oh my god, those were the best 4 years of my life, like I made the greatest of friends and like I still talk to them to this day, yada yada yada. That's not going to happen the second you get on campus. Like it's not even the first semester, not even the first year. Like I'm sitting right here and like I do like know people, but like it's just harder. Like I just sometimes feel like I'm like, you know, including myself in like what already is a friend group. So don't feel bad or sad if you don't already have your best friends. Like that takes time. Just do what you can to be involved and to kind of make yourself like, you know, have people to surround you, because don't be by yourself. That's not something that you want to have either. If you do live with a roommate, like definitely talk to them and like try to hang out with them as best, but if they're just someone you're not compatible with, then don't force it either. You know, keep like the respect between each other, because you guys kind of have to like, you know, you're living together, but at the same time don't force yourself to try to connect with someone if they're not really like into that either. But yeah, the expectation of like making friends like at first hand getting there is not always true. So don't worry if, like I said, you're still a year in and you don't have like, you know, like a really good friend group like that, then it's fine. Everything really does take time. Once you get on campus and let's say you're into like, even as like a little hobby, or if you don't even have any hobbies, if they have a little like a club welcome fair where they have all this club lines up, sign up for everything, because I promise you, like one day you'll be sitting there and you're just like getting all these emails from all these clubs and stuff like that, and they're just like, like this looks fun, let me just go. You're not forced to do anything. You're willing, like you're just putting your email out there so you can kind of get information, and then you get to decide if you want to attend their events or not, whether it's clubs based off of your club, which look really good on your resume by the way, or if it's clubs having to do with like dancing, if you really love to dance, or like singing, or journalism, or maybe you really love the outdoors, like clubs that do things like that, or if it's club sports. Definitely take advantage of stuff like that, because you never know when like you're just sitting around and just like, I don't want to stay in my dorm, like I just want to go out and do stuff. And those are the opportunities that you get, and through clubs you do get to meet a lot of people. For me, like I really love my culture. I am half like Ecuadorian, half Portuguese, but like the more Hispanic side of me kind of has been around me for like a little bit. And at my school they have like a Latin American club, and as soon as like I met the people there, like I kind of already felt welcomed and I took part on it. And honestly, like that club has been like the most amazing thing about my experience, because that's where I met a lot of people who like kind of share the same like lifestyles as me, like people who you know, we just all kind of come together and like connect with our culture, and like it's kind of a really cool environment. And honestly, if I didn't join that club, I don't really know what I would be doing. It definitely took up a lot of my time, because I did like take the next step and like become super involved in like creating like choreography and like, you know, doing more than just kind of like attending the club from the sides. And that's like entirely up to each and every single one of you. You do not have to join like a club's e-board the second you go onto campus. Like you need to like, you know, dig around and see things that you like, but you know, things always come and go, opportunities kind of come at you, and then it's just up to you to decide if those opportunities are something that you want to take on. And you never know what's to come. Like I said, nothing is ever like forced on you. If you do something and like you don't really feel like you want to do it anymore, like you have every single right in you to be like, no thank you, like I tried it and it's not really something that I like anymore, so I'm gonna focus on something else instead. And I feel like that's where people are also afraid. They're afraid of like doing things and then not liking them afterwards, but it's a choice. So yeah, things like that, like cultures. I know there's a lot of like cultural clubs at school, so if you do connect with your culture, do stuff like that, or like dancing or whatever it is, like take on these opportunities. If your school has games, go to your games. Even if you don't care about sports, like you just get to go and like even if there's people in your like, the thing about college is that you're going to automatically find yourself with like people just like you. Like there's so many people on your campus who are starting off brand new with no friends, so find those people and just like, you know, become friends for the day and just be like, hey, like let's do this, let's do that, and like go out, and then from that you'll be able to meet new people and you won't be all by yourself. It's just really important to like kind of go out there and like see what opportunities or what events your school has to offer, because that's the only way that you learn about them, because there's so many things that I don't even know go on my campus, and so many things that I could have not known if I didn't like take part in what I did. So ask around, see what there is. Like I know even in your residence halls, like it's the RA's jobs to kind of like make you guys understand like all of the opportunities available at you on your campus, so take advantage of those and connect with your RA if you really feel like they are someone that you could connect with, and like ask them and like let them not even mentor you, but let them like show you, like tell them your interests and like see what they recommend for you to do on campus, because there's so much to do. And if there are RA events like in your dorm, like go to them, because the majority of the time they are meant for freshmen. Like usually freshmen are the one that attend the events, and then that way you'll get to meet other people. And like I feel like these are tiny little events and like things that incoming freshmen that really take advantage of. So definitely something like that. But if you're going to school with people that you already know from high school, right, and like stuff like that, like if you have like a good friend from high school that you're going to school with, like that's awesome, because you do get to start off with somebody that you already know, so you don't really feel like the whole like by yourself type of thing. But don't let it stop you from going out there and meeting new people, right? Because I you know, I'm sure all of your friendships from high school are still like amazing, you want to hold on to them forever, but you also need to kind of like start new, right? You're kind of like creating a new identity for yourself. That you're going to school and you're just like, this is the person that I want to be like, and then you meet people that have the same interests as you, and you guys kind of connect and you create friends that way. Don't rely on those that you kind of already have known from the past, because like, you know, you never know, you might be kind of like neglecting all these other doors or other encounters that you wouldn't have had if you had to like hold yourself back with like people that you already know. So definitely take on like all of these opportunities that you have on your campus, because you really just never know. Another thing that I recommend is like try not to do like your work in your dorm. Like I know I did that a lot my first semester. Like try to like go outside of your dorm, like sit on the tables, because a lot of the times like people tend to be friendly. You never know when someone might just walk past you and just be like, oh hey, like oh, is that like chemistry? Like I take that same class, you guys have the same professor, you guys sit like right next to each other and you didn't even know, and they live like right across the hall from you. So things like that, like I feel like that's why it's really good to kind of like stay out of your room. Don't lock yourself in there. If you have time between classes, like go eat food like in the main student union, so that way you can kind of be more outdoors and like not be so enclosed in your room, because that's gonna make you more like feel more alone, and that's something that like people try to do. But definitely like get into like habits of avoiding being in your room at all times, but still like make your dorm like your place, like make it what's the word, unique to your own person, because like you're living there. Like you need to decorate your room as creative as you are, so that's also very important. And for those people who are very nervous about going away to school because of letting go of like friendships, like, you know, being like 300 miles away from like your best friends or from your significant others, and this advice is for you specifically. If someone is meant to be in your life, then you guys are going to find ways to make that happen, right? So you're not going to force someone to stay close to you just because, or stay or go with you somewhere just because you're afraid of like, you know, not working things out. But that's not how it should be either. College is a really, really good place to kind of find yourself and find the person that you are and the person that you want to be and achieve all of your goals and dreams. Like that's where you do this, and all while having fun. And sometimes I feel like it may be better to not like That's what I'm saying. Like, it might be better to not go with people that you know, or like with someone, like, because then you're kind of holding yourself back from like all of the amazing new opportunities and people that can bring you like new ideas and just new experiences. I feel like I use that word a lot. And then if you find that things don't work out, right, whether it's with a significant other or something, then, and if it's too hard to like find time to like arrange to talk to each other because like you're so focused on your club or on your school and stuff like that, or maybe you know you're doing different things, you don't really have time, the same schedule, then that's fine too, because you shouldn't block out all of these opportunities just because of one person, right? Because at the end of the day, you're young. You're what, 17, 18 years old? You have the entire rest of your life, and I promise you, if that person is meant to be in your life and if things aren't working out in that moment, then there will be another way, another path, another moment of encountering someone, and then you'll realize like, okay, however much time has passed and now I have time, now you have time, our schedules align, life aligned, and now this is where we're meant to be, this is where we're meant to continue on together, right? We had a little bump in the road, but that's okay, because within that bump we were able to find ourselves before we can find each other and come together. And I feel like that's where a lot of people don't understand. Like, it's more of like the fear of losing something that you have, but it should be the fear of missing opportunities that you might not get if you're holding on to someone from the past. And I feel like that's the kind of communication and the trust that needs to be there within like friendships and relationships. Like me and all of my best friends from high school, like we all went our own separate ways, but we came back together and we're still like hanging out and we still talk to each other and we still check up on each other, and like that's what's important, because if the effort is there, then things will work out. But if people aren't giving effort, then that's how you know that those are toxic people in your life, people that you don't need in your life, people that are clearly pushing you back because they're not gonna be there for you when you really need them. And for me, like, I'm just also really blessed because you know, I'm in like also like a long distance relationship, like from high school, and you know whatever, like high school, I'm a little kid still, whatever, but I just feel like you need to not put so much pressure on yourselves, and that you need to understand first that a relationship is two individual people coming together, loving each other, and sharing your experiences. And I feel like it would have been so much more boring if we had the same exact experiences together all the time, but instead we get to have our own experiences, and then when we come together we value our time together way much more, so much more, and it just makes every moment more valuable. And I'm honestly so grateful that I did go away to school, because I've also just kind of like learned a lot more about myself, and I feel like since it's only the beginning, I still feel like I have so much more to learn, and I'm just excited to for when I do go back to campus. There's a lot of things that I didn't do and I didn't take advantage of that I am saying right now that I want to start doing, because I've realized the effect that it was going to have on my life. So for those of you who are going back to school, it's okay to be nervous. Like, you're going to be nervous, but it's going to be so exciting. You're gonna have so much fun. Take advantage of everything that comes your way, but also be careful, because you cannot trust everybody that you see and everybody that you meet. But use your judgment wisely, and at the end of the day, you always have your home to come back to, and just know that nothing is permanent, that if something doesn't work out, then you can just leave and then just find something new, and that's okay. But definitely enjoy your time and make the most out of your experiences. Buy all of that school merchandise, rock it wherever you go, right? You should love your school, you should have school pride wherever you go. And I hope that your life just comes together exactly how you want it to do. And that's just all depending on the opportunities that you take and the choices that you make, and the passion that you put towards everything that you do in your life. So that's all that I have for now for my advice. I really do wish you guys the best of luck in everything that you do, whether you do go to school or you don't, and you just chose to kind of watch my video and hear my own experiences. If you guys want to see any other college related videos, then definitely let me know down below, or any other videos in general. In time, I'll probably do more. Once I do move back to campus, I definitely want to like do a much better dorm tour, because I didn't do a very good job this last time, and to kind of record a lot more. I wish I filmed so many other things that I did. Like, I did so many exciting things, and if you guys would kind of want to know more specifically about like my school or like my extracurricular activities that I took part in, then let me know. I can also just kind of like reply to comments about it as well, which I have been doing so far. But if you guys have any other questions and stuff, definitely let me know. But please follow me on my social medias. My Instagram is withlovek__. My TikTok is CONAMORK, and that's all that I really use for now. PS or side note, I am not a professional at giving advice. Like, my experiences are not your experiences are not my experiences. These are just my thoughts and my look on life, and you can take what I say in however way you want. But I have been told that I give good advice, and I wanted to kind of like use my own mistakes to influence other people to take on what I never got the chance to do. And that's all. I hope I see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.